Go for a ride. Hi, friends. You can tell by my days played, it's been almost 110 days since the end of episode 2. And I got a lot accomplished. I'm going to show you everything. But most of the time was spent on this ridiculous escalator, working on the timers. I got about halfway up, and that's when I realized the fix to get rid of the piston. So now it's piston free, all water propelled. But then I had to redo all the timers again. That was just another like day and a half just messing with all that redstone. But I crushed it. It works. And I didn't want to make you guys watch me do something that a bunch of people have done already. Build a concrete maker, make a bunch of pixel art. So I just did all of that, and it looks interesting, to say the least. I was trying to figure out a way to get this whole crazy fever dream of the past few weeks with the Happy Ghast out. I needed a way to express it in some art, right? I think I did a good job, guys. When you see this, it feels like we're in a deluded crazy person's fever dream that's obsessed with Happy Ghasts. But yeah, I wanted to get all that done so you didn't have to see that. And I have something really fun planned for today's build. And it'll be the end of this Happy Ghast era in my life, I believe. And we're going to move on to the next phase, because now I'm obsessed with the copper golem. You might have saw... Hey, we're at the top. Okay. So, we're at the top here. And I might have spoiled it already. I tried to keep the perspective hidden. But this is what I got for cover so far. I just wanted to blend it all in to the landscape around. So if we look just over here for now, you can see it's, you know, dirt, grass, trees. But, you ready, guys? Here we go. Here's the big reveal. It looks a little crazy with the water wall coming down. Well, hold on, we got to get on a gas and just park and look. See that water wall coming down right now. This is one of my favorite parts. It's so big that it takes forever to come down. And since we're in a different biome than when I did this on that creative world, the water's darker. And it totally changes the look of the pixel art. And there's just this big reveal when it comes down. I think it turned out looking awesome. Crazy, but awesome. Oh my gosh, I don't know what else to say right now. I've been kind of nervous about revealing this to everybody, because it literally feels like I've gone a little crazy. Let's get on our buddy up here and take a look. Alright. So yeah, as you can tell, this took a while. This is a lot of concrete. I built an awesome concrete maker by Ledoux. We'll look at that in a second. But right now, let's just look at this craziness. I started with just 2. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? We need a third one up there. And then I was ready to start filming, recording, and I just kept thinking, no, 3 isn't enough. We need a 4th one right here. And an even bigger tree than the other 2. But, I don't know. Please let me know what you guys think. It's crazy. It's out there. It's totally different from my usual style of building. It's a pixel art explosion. But I'm really proud of how it turned out. I think the trees look awesome. How they're coming out of the wall. And I ended up going with just black stone. You know, I messed around with a few different combinations of like the pale oak logs, basalt. But my reference pictures, it was this beautiful giant cherry tree in Florida. And it was just all dark, you know. The whole tree looks dark. So I wanted to try to recreate that best I could. I think they turned out great. Let me know what you guys think, though. Feeling a little exposed here, you know, sharing your art with people. This is still kind of new to me. And like I said, this is the best way I could think to express this crazy happy gas fever dream that I've had the past few weeks. It was like somebody just set off a creative idea bomb in my brain, and all of these ideas just kept coming one after another. And I've never really experienced anything like that before, and now I'm kind of going through the same thing with the copper golem, guys. And those guys are a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun with those guys coming up, trust me. Okay, so what do we got here? I messed this up a bit. I need to redo everything just to hide this little gap. I built it too close to the redstone. I had dirt in here covering it, but it was cutting off signals and messing up everything. So I had to take out this block all the way up. I'm gonna have to rebuild all of this and make it a little higher, but it works for now. I like the color combination. Eventually this will be all oxidized and it'll look even better. And then we'll add our different levels, different shops and stuff. I have plans up here for maybe some kind of I'm gonna just say rooftop. We'll get to why it's gonna be a rooftop. This is a building we're standing on. Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and spoil it. This is what this episode is about. We're gonna turn this into Happy Ghast Hotel. And we need a faster way to get up to the top of our hotel. So right here, we're gonna put that elevator from my creative world. The Happy Ghast elevator. That's our build project for today. But we got a little bit of work to get to that point. I want to show you guys everything I did in this 110 days. Honestly, one night of that was spent AFK at my honey farm, getting enough honey blocks for this elevator coming up. But a lot of it was spent just detailing. This is like how I usually do a rough landscaping. I just want color and grass and everything first, and then I'll figure out what else to put in here, and then I'll get rid of some of the flowers, maybe get rid of some of the grass, or add some podzol in or something. But this is like my first draft, you'd say, whenever I landscape something. Same thing with down here. I did a rough path. We'll go back in and make this cobblestone or brick or something, or mud bricks maybe. And then I'm thinking right here, some kind of statue or a fountain. Give me your ideas for that. I'm still thinking, so. But with what I've been up to with the copper golem, it's probably gonna end up being like a copper golem statue or something. We'll see. Okay, concrete maker. I went ahead and utilized some of the space that the old wool farm fed into. So I cleared out all the rest of that old wool farm that was here. And we might turn these into like some apartments for villagers or something. Okay, I even decorated, guys. I usually don't decorate my farms, but I decorated this part right here. That's it. But it led to a pretty cool realization that we can use the shelves to block water like that, so you can have your up and down right next to each other without having buttons or something. So just a new way to decorate them. And then this is Omledou's concrete converter. If you haven't used one of these, check out his guide. It's OMLEDU concrete converter. It's so genius and simple and awesome. You literally just stand here. This dropper spits concrete into your hand every time you place one. You can just AFK. You just place concrete over and over and over again. And it feeds into a piston tape cube maker thing. And you just get a big, huge cube. And he even has guides for how to hook it up to like an automatic harvester with TNT. But I just did this little cube maker for, it was more than enough for what I needed. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm not going to go into too much detail on how it works. Go watch his guide. It's the best one around for it. Yeah, he came up with that design, and it's awesome. Okay, what was next? What was next, guys? You can tell I do all of this. I try to do it as long it takes as possible. If I start stuttering or fumbling too much, then I might cut it, but I'm going to try to just go all one take here, guys. and we'll take a little break. I'm gonna let my dogs out and we'll start building. This is something I didn't show you in episode 1 or 2. If you search aesthetic bee farm or aesthetic honey farm, this one pops up. I love it because it has that overgrown vibe and kind of fits with this little pond area I was going for here. And I modified it a little bit because I want my bees to be free, so they're not trapped in the little things. And then when you open it up like this, the honeycomb and bottles kind of spit out sometimes onto the floor, so I have an allay in here picking up the honeycomb. It hasn't really been a problem with the bottles, but the honeycomb usually shoots all over the floor. So he picks that up. Note block collection system. There's a note block behind this shelf here that's firing off. He's attracted to that and throwing his honey here. And I just, you know, threw this together because I had the new shelves, and I was thinking, hey, instead of trapdoors, we could do this with the new shelves. And then whenever the note block fires, you get the shelf sound too. So it's kind of like a little extra, you know, immersion sound. It's not just one note playing over and over again. Yeah, I AFK'd quite a bit to get all the honey we're going to need for this elevator. But this thing kicks butt, guys. Like, it gives you so much stuff. I have the front two on each side, just getting the raw materials. And then all the rest are feeding down into auto crafters that are down below. Look at that real quick. Kind of silly how you got to fly to get in here. But yeah, auto crafter setup. And these were actually broken. I had to redo them both. This one crafts the honey blocks. Spits them right into the bubble column that goes up to those chests up there. And then over here you can see there's an etho hopper clock. I think it's like a 10-second timer that powers that note block up there for the LA. But yeah, you got to do some parkour to get in and out of here. It's funny. What was next, guys? What was next? All right. Again, this is where I'm running out of things that were on the top of my head. We got 2 things we're going to build today. Oh, you know what? I wanted to show you one more thing I didn't get to in episode 1 or 2. I know I showed you my mine and my starter village over there. I didn't show you the one that I have here. And the crazy thing is they actually connect. Here, you got to move. Alright, so this is the way up. And if you want to go down, you just drop down here. Here we go. Another big, huge tunnel. Started some branches. And I'm pretty sure it's this one. Next to the starter village. And my plan was to run a minecart. You know, so I don't know if I've really mentioned this before, but one of my big goals in this game is to find ways to AFK while I'm moving around, traveling and stuff. That's why the Happy Ghast flying machine is awesome to me. Because I'm already picturing, like, we could set up... I could go to, like, if I need some jungle villagers, right? I can go do some prep work, set up a landing pad for the flying machine above a jungle village, and then I can AFK and take my dogs out while I carry 2 villagers 7,000 blocks to the nearest jungle or something, you know? Same thing with this. I know it's a 30-second flight to my starter village, but if I can AFK in a minecart and go take my dogs out, that's what I'm going to do. So that was my goal with that. But yeah, I wanted to show you this mine. I realized I totally forgot to show you this. I want you to see that I'm that crazy guy. Like, I built a big giant tunnel that connects my spawn to that starter village that's like 300 blocks away. And I plan on doing a lot more with that too, but who knows? Who knows, guys? Okay, we got Buddy here guarding the entrance. What was next? What was next? I think, you know what? Let's build something real quick. And then I'll pause it before the big build. So we'll do all of this in one take. The escalator's fun, and it looks awesome with the water and everything. But we need a quicker way to get up here. So super fast. Let's build a wind charge launcher. I already picked out the spot for this, and I marked it out with moss. So that's why you're going to see a bunch of moss everywhere. We're going to break all this moss. Go down a couple blocks. And all we need to do is put dispensers in a pattern like this. Fill them all up with our wind charges. Slap a pressure plate on it, and you're good to go. Super simple, super quick. And I'll show you how to make it villager safe too. Alright, so that gives us a perfect glide over to the elevator, or we could just land right here, you know, and whatever I'm gonna have here in the park. Probably something, little market stalls or something. I like to store my stuff in different spots, you know. Instead of having one big giant storage room, I like to, you know, have to go around to different spots. If I want wool, I gotta go over to the place that all the wool's at, you know. Alright, so anyway, back to this launcher. Super simple. That took, you know, 7 seconds to build. And if we want to make it like villager and animal safe, put a trapdoor like that. It goes down, it's going to line us up perfectly. And the wind charge is going to close that trapdoor every time. Every time you use it, it'll reclose it for you. No redstone involved, you know. Just the wind charge itself hits it and shuts it. So that's awesome. And that took 10 seconds, guys. Okay, you know what? Before we start this elevator, I'll show you guys a one of my darkest secrets on this world. If not the darkest. If you're a keen observer, you may have noticed that I said when I first moved over here, I brought all of my librarians with me. You don't see them anywhere, right? That's because one of the first things I built on this world was this really cool looking medieval. It was a tower that had a paper farm hidden in it, and then attached to it was a librarian trading hall. And they were all kind of trapped in little cubicles, right? When I started building all this modern stuff and the B-dubs build, it looked so out of place that I just tore it down. But I didn't have anywhere to put the librarians yet. So I hid them in a hole in the side of the wall, and they've been sitting here for like 6 months, guys. I feel so bad. They're so lonely in here. They're just in here talking to each other all day. We're going to do something about that. Like I mentioned earlier, I think right below down here where the wool farm used to be, I can turn that into some cool apartments for those guys. And they'll just be able to walk around free. But yeah, that's what's behind this beautiful wall, is one of my darkest, deepest secrets. Those poor guys. All right. I'm going to get everything together for this elevator. Which, I'm sorry, it's going up here, not on this wall. Where's our thing at? Here we go. Use this again. Perfect. Look at that. Alright. Elevator's going here. We're going to have to figure out an entrance. It's probably going to be here. You know, I'm going to set up my beacon, start digging this out, get everything together, and then I'll bring you guys back to Maddie's Happy Ghast fever dream. Alright, we got our beacon set up. Let's get started. I'm not going to make you guys watch too much of this, but I'm going to walk you through my thought process here. So this is going to be entranceway. This will be honey block wall. And then we need 4 blocks for the ghast. So honey wall, 4 blocks for the elevator for the ghast. So then this will be honey wall, this will be honey wall, this will be honey wall. So we need this space for the elevator itself. Right? And then the redstone underneath, gonna go down. I could go look at that creative world and get all the exact measurements, but I think I'm just gonna wing this, guys, and just build as I go. I know I need a nice big square room down here for the block swappers. So I'll probably go down like 8 blocks from here. Maybe 6. And then just make a nice big square. And then I'm going to just go straight up with it. And I heard some baby zombie noises when I was over here. So there's probably a cave. If I run into a cave, I'll bring you guys back. We can have some fun lighting that up, you know. It could be down below, though. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not going to make you watch me diggy hole. I'm just going to diggy. I got so much done already. I just realized that I have no redstone dust left after that stupid escalator. Gonna need redstone dust. Before I get started, get too far, gotta hit the mines for a little bit. I don't have a witch farm yet. So, let's grab our fortune boy here. And I'm gonna go hit the mines. Didn't think I'd have to do this today, but maybe we'll get some diamonds too. Alright guys, I will bring you back. Maybe I should learn how to do those fancy edits like Sandiction does. I don't know if you've ever seen his videos. He makes mining really fun to watch, but I'm not going to make you do that and watch me suffer through this. I'm just going to start digging a bit. You know what? I will show you how I do this though. Just in case you haven't picked up on this yet, if you're a newer player. So if I stand right here, you know what? It takes a little while to break the blocks. But if you get back to where you first come in contact with the block, you break them almost instantly, and you can go really fast. This is why I make the bigger tunnels, because it doesn't really take that long. But we already have some redstone. Look at that. Hopefully it's more than just one here. Alright, we got a few. Cool. And you know what? This might be all I need for the whole elevator. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Well, no, we gotta do the call button up to the top. Alright, we're gonna keep going for a bit, guys. Maybe I'll get a couple stacks, and I'll bring you back once I get that hole dug out. Okay, I didn't get that far, and I realized that I have a bunch of cleric villagers that can sell me redstone, and I don't know why I didn't think about that. So, that's what we're gonna do right now. Thanks, dude. Totally forgot about you guys. I don't have a lot of emeralds, but we don't need a lot of redstone. Real quick. Boom. That's all we need. Okay. Way quicker than mining. Thanks, buddies. Alright, I got this hole dug underneath the elevator where we're going to build everything. Trying to wrap my head around exactly what I'm going to do first here. So this will be the honey walls going all the way up. Right here's the bubble column. I need my block swappers. Swap these blocks. So yeah, we're going to build 4 block swappers here. And once I get my head wrapped around that, I'll bring you guys back and I'll build one of them. And then I'll just replicate the other 3. And we can fill it up with water, test it out. And then after that, it's literally just we just have to take these honey walls all the way up, decorate everything, and then grow up a ghast. This will be the floor, so the ghast grow up right here. You know, I'll probably use quartz or something. I just threw the resin on here for now. Yeah, got an infinite water source set up. Saved me some trips down to the lake. Yeah, I don't think you guys need to watch me sit here and kind of stare at this for 20 minutes while I figure out exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring you back once I got a plan and I start building it. Okay, so for this first one, we're going to start with sticky piston, temporary block. I can't use honey because I can't jump on it. Temporary block, soul sand. We're going to jump down here. Put our magma cube not in the bundle. Come on, Maddie. Here. And it's going to be sticky pistons. You need 1. Right here. Right? It's going to push. This one's going to reach up and pull. This one will push. And diagonally back one, we need another piston. Alright, and now we need a solid block. Stone. I should have something better set up, you know, for my redstone, but this will work. Okay, and now we go redstone block right here. And some dust goes underneath that block. Power this. Right. And we got dust coming out of here. I might have to widen this over. I don't know if I want this on the sides or in the... But now if we just power this with, let's say, a button, it should swap the blocks around. See what happens. Hey, look at that. Okay. Perfect. So we're just going to build this 4 times, and then I'm going to connect them all up. You know what? After I get the 4 built, I'll bring you back and show you how I'm going to connect all the signals up so that one button hits all 4 of them. And then we're going to have to figure out where we want that button. And I'm thinking, you know what? Probably just like in the creative world, we'll put it on the back wall. So you have to walk in on top of the ghast, then hit your button. That way you can't hit it on accident and send him, you know, when you're not in the elevator. So we're going to have all of our signals connect, run over to this back side, and go all the way up to the top button. Oh, and I'm hearing zombies. There's definitely some caves around here. Hopefully I don't run into them. I don't want to have to waste time lighting stuff up or blocking things off. But yeah, that was nice. You know, I've built these like maybe 3 times, and I just had to look at a picture real quick and was able to whip it together. So really simple. The block swappers in Bedrock. Honestly, I don't know if the Java ones are any different. I never progressed that far to actually build anything like this in Java. Alright guys, I'm gonna build those 4 or these other 3, then I'll bring it back and we'll wire them all up together. Okay, got all 4 built. So this is the back here. This is where our signal's gonna come in from the button upstairs. It's gonna go this way and this way. So let's see, if we go like that. Okay. So now, let's say we have a button right here. Gonna go this way, go through this block, hit this one. This repeater is gonna pull the signal out of this block, take it this way, and activate this one at the same time. Okay, now we just have to do that same thing on this side. So we're gonna take a repeater and pull the signal out of this block and run it down to that other one. And it should be this simple, guys. Now if I hit that button, it should hit all 4 of these at the same time. Put it a little closer so we can see. Here we go. Okay. Now, we don't want it to switch real quick like that. We want it to switch once and stay on. So that's where a toggle, like a lever, comes in. But we're actually going to end up using a copper bulb for this. But you see now, when it stays powered, you'll either have up or down on all 4 with one activation. Now we just have to get some more honey walls in, hollow this out a bit back here so that we can run the redstone for the button. Then I'll probably have the copper bulb here so that it can get the signal from the up button and the down button. And those will be wired a little differently. So that's going to take me a little while to wrap my head around all the wiring for that. But I wanted you guys to get a good, clear picture of how to build this. You know, it's 4 block swappers on the bottom. And then we're going to have 2 buttons that activate it. That's it. And we want to turn the buttons into a toggle. And that's where that copper bulb comes in. So once I get all that together, guys, I'll bring it back. And we'll, you know, keep building. But we're getting there. This is the first step, really. You know, getting the guts in. Then we're going to have to build up the honey walls all the way. I want to try to minimize it as much as possible. I want to see if I can just have the corners, you know, and then leave the centers on all sides open for lighting and windows in the front. And then eventually it opens up. Here, I'll show you. Once you get up to like right here, it'll open up and we'll have this view riding the elevator, which is pretty cool. I'll probably have some more trees in there eventually. Yeah, off to a good start. Like my other episodes, this is going to turn into a bit of a longer one. Appreciate you guys for sticking with me. Hope you're learning something, enjoying yourselves. I'm going to mess with some redstone for a bit and get that wiring set up. Well, I didn't do that wiring yet, but I duggy hole. And it's all clear now. Get a better picture of what we're looking at here. I gotta empty my pockets though, so I can pick up all this stuff. There's a lot of coal in this little area. But yeah, this is what we got so far, guys. It's gonna go up here. Probably end at the top where the escalator ends. Still kind of wrapping my head around everything. Definitely a huge cave around here, though. I just hear all type of monsters when I was digging this out. Gotta be like right under here maybe, or over here. But we lucked out and we didn't run into it yet. I probably just jinxed myself, and when I go to run the wire for this button, I'm gonna run right into the cave or something. But yeah, this part's done. I can start building the honey walls up, and then I'll get a better idea of exactly where the button's gonna be, and I can start wiring that up. Yeah, I found it right here. Huge cave. Man, I do not feel like messing around with that right now, though, guys. Oh, but that's right here next to everything. I knew there had to be something. And I kept hearing guys right down there, so I just dug, and it was literally 2 blocks away. Giant cave. Crazy. Show you this part real quick. Stacking these guys up. All the way. Oh, I need more honey. This is the craziest, weirdest sounding elevator for sure. Where did I put it? Okay, guys. See what I'm doing here? I'm just building the corners up the whole way. We gotta put our floor back in. Once I get the 4 corners in, I'll do the bubble columns. And then, I mean, really, that's all you need to go up and down. And then the block swapper and the button. That's it. Then we'll just try to make it look pretty. Okay. Keep placing this all the way up. Exactly what I might run into. Firefly bush I have hidden. Yep. Okay, we gotta get rid of it. Sorry, buddy. Okay, so we got make a little bit of room here. We're gonna have to cover up this back portion there. Probably just use glass. You know what? I could do that real fast right now too. First, let's finish that up to there. Good. Grab that firefly. Then we just need some glass here to hold the water in. And I should be able to do this with you guys quick. I'm gonna stack up. Oh, dirt. Down. Ah, should have dumped my water in there first. You know what? I have to switch this out with dirt real. Yeah. Switch this out with dirt. Get our honey back in. You just fly up here real quick. Eat. Oh, missed it. Grab a bucket of water, our kelp. Gonna need a water breathing potion for this. It's not super crazy height, right? Give that a second to get down there. Not just sitting there waiting. Go for it. Gonna build our kelp up the whole way. Oh yeah, we got more than enough time. We just gotta go back down there. Switch out the block real quick. With soul sand. Could be that simple. But water's probably going to spill out and mess up all my redstone down there. I just realized that I didn't put any barriers up. So, see what happens. Break this. That in. Let's see if any of the water leaked out. Hey, no mess. Okay. That's one done. We just got to do 3 more. And this should work for us too. Yep. Haha. Click right up. Awesome. This is going to be so cool in survival with the ghast. The ghast elevator. I wasn't sure if I'd do this one or not in survival. But we have to, right? Alright guys, I'm going to build these other 3. And then think about that wiring for the button. That's the next step after this. Okay, I have to redo this whole bubble column. I want to put blue glass in the front instead of the concrete. I don't want the water spilling out everywhere, so I'm just gonna plug it up real quick. Put the glass on and redo it. Then I'll get the blue glass on these ones too. But yeah, this should be pretty simple actually, especially with my beacon. That's right, you can't instant mine concrete. Okay, we're gonna take a ride down. Slow ride down with our zombie buddies. I'm definitely gonna have to light those caves up because I can't. I hate that sound. The sound of zombies. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna go glass. I think that'll look a lot better from the front for sure. I'm gonna do this. I got to get the water in on all the other 3. Put the glass in on them. And then I think we're pretty close to getting our dried gas baby down in there, growing them up. Once I put a roof on here, we're done. Alright, I'm switching out the last bubble column there. That's all 4 done. And get rid of this stuff, put that there. Get rid of that. Okay. Now what's next? Well, gas is gonna go in here. This will hold it in place. Okay. Yeah, I think I need to build the roof. And then I'll know where the top button is, and I can just run the circuit down to the block swapper. That's it. That's the last step, guys. I'm gonna build this roof. And you know what? I think I'm gonna stick with the oxidized copper look here. And actually, this is all we really need for the start. This will hold the gas in. I just go. Okay. Doesn't look bad, right? I think I might use some of these guys. I need to make some more of them. Corners. For now. And then have an exit. Probably on on 2 sides we'll have exits. And on these 2 sides we'll just have windows. Actually, we could probably get rid of that, glass. Yeah. Go up 3, I think. Put a roof. So this will just be the little elevator landing, or whatever you call it, elevator room. And then we'll have to hide some redstone that goes down. Maybe put some glass in front of all of these. Oops. Oh man, that's not what I wanted to do. That's probably gonna mess up the whole thing down there. Let's see. Let's see if all that water made it down. Oh no, I plugged up the hole. It shouldn't have made it down there. Hopefully it doesn't like go through the cracks or something when there's honey involved and all that redstone just got washed away. That would, oh no, I can see it down there. Okay, we're good. We're good. Whew. I thought I just made a big mess for myself. And I'm about to die. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna heal up. I'm gonna work on that roof a little bit more, and then I think I'll bring you back when I get the ghast in. Then I'll make you wait for 20 minutes until he grows up. Should I push this whole wall back? That glass is visible. They're the types of decisions. Okay, so start winging it. Oh guys, part of me wants to. This looks so long. Oh my gosh. Oh, it looks good, right? Get different views from different levels. Yeah, that like that. All right, let me show you what I got up here. Changed it up a little bit. Lost this entrance here. I'm gonna need to build a little shed that hides the redstone for the button. But we have this one, so when we come up, we'll have all of this filled in, different stuff up here. Perfect. Then I'm either gonna put glass panes in here, or maybe more grates, or just leave it open. And up here, you come up the edge, maybe put a, ooh, the copper railing. Okay, I'll put a copper railing right here. Yeah, it's looking good, guys. And I think it's at the point where I can go ahead and grow this ghast up. What else did I want to do? Oh, okay, and on the inside here, we are going to decorate a bit on the inside. Don't need to worry about where the ghast is there. Well, I guess we could light it all up anyway. Alright, so what I want to do, I want to alternate between the pearlescent and the verdant frog lights. But they can't be on top of the honey. You can get away with, this is what I remember from the creative world. You can get away with glass blocks in one of them, one of the sides. But in the other ones, you need to be one block out, or the ghast will start taking suffocation damage. Like if there's stuff on one side, it's just going to push him towards that side. But if there's stuff on all the sides, it was suffocating. So, can't do that. Unless I'm mistaken. But anyway, my plan for this is just to go like this. Probably green. Purple. Yeah. I think that'll be cool. I'm going to do that here, and here, and here. Till it opens up here where the window is, and then I'm going to put glass. We'll have 2 windows. That makes sense? Alright, I'm going to mess around with that. And you know what? We could probably get this young ghast going too. Have a water bucket. We have our little buddy ready. Grab a bucket real fast. Okay. So yeah, this should work. I'm hoping. I gotta grab some snowballs so right when the baby born, I can throw it up real quick so it doesn't escape. Baby will just fly right out of the top or out of the door. Yeah, block it off. Well, that might be the smartest bet. If I put a bucket of water right here, put him in it, should be good to go. And ride. That happened on accident, but that's kind of perfect. I could just ride the bubble column right on up out of there. Okay, so he's growing up. I'm going to get those lights in on the sides, get the glass up top. Hopefully I can get that done before he's born. And I'll bring you guys back right when he's born. We'll feed him some snowballs. Oh, bring him with me. I know I have a box of snowballs in my storage. So that's the plan. Alright. I'm about done here. All the glass in. All the lights in. Waiting for our buddy to be born. Oh, you know what? I should probably block this fly away. Other than that, I think we're good to go. So if I go like that, huh? Alright, now I got my snowballs ready to go. I'm just gonna hang out here and ride up and down the bubble columns for a bit, waiting for him to pop up, and then I'll bring you guys back and we'll grow them up together. Sitting in an elevator shaft, waiting for my elevator to be rehydrated. Not something I ever thought I'd be doing. This is a pretty fun ride just by itself. I've already done this like 30 times, waiting for this guy to grow up. Okay, hopefully soon. Be here with me. And we'll start shoving snowballs in his mouth. And then right when he grows up, he should float right up because it's on soul sand right now. Then I can get rid of this water source down here. Then I left it open on the top. In case I ever get bored of the elevator, I could just fly right straight up. So that's what I'll do. Go check on him. But right when he grows up in here, he should just lock in and shoot up. That's what we're hoping for. See what happens. We gotta make some kind of fun ride out of this, man. With maybe some slime on the bottom, or you know, you just keep going and bouncing and the water pushes you right into it and you just keep getting launched up and then you fall down and bounce back up, and I don't know. Is it just me, or is this fun? I've been having fun with it. Waiting for this guy to grow up. Come on, buddy. Okay, we'll be back. Hey, here's our buddy. Gosh, this better work. He just starts taking damage and dies right away. I'm gonna be so embarrassed. This video probably won't get released. Stuck? Okay, he didn't take damage. Okay, water. Right there. Okay. Stuck. Hey! Here we go, buddy! Alright, man. You're doing good up here. Not taking damage, right? Is that glass too close? Is that gonna hurt you there, buddy? Oh no, that's just one side. Okay, we should be good. He's not taking damage. Okay, success. Elevator. Done. Now I just have to wire up some buttons, guys. And grab a harness for him. What? I think I have a harness in the chest over here. I don't know if I've shown you this yet, but this is my main storage on this world so far. I've been meaning to getting around to building one. Nice storage room. But then I started the Harry Potter world, and now the copper golems are out. I was kind of waiting for somebody to come up with a really good sorting system using those. I haven't really seen one that I liked. You know, I want them to be out and walking around and stuff. So I'm probably gonna just make my own. I think that's next week. Part of next week. But yeah, okay, let's get a harness on this guy. Just in case. Okay. Yeah, I can't call it that. Well, you know what? I can just go hit the button real quick. I'll show you how I hid the maintenance hatch too. You have to break a moss carpet, but there's a trapdoor underneath here. There's my redstone. Ooh. Sure you guys have lost one of these before. I've lost a couple of them. Man. I didn't lose them. You know, they're right where I left them, of course. But hopefully this guy just comes right down now. That delay. And I don't know if you remember the creative version, but I had observers watching the water sources with bulbs to let us know when change was happening. Oh, it looks like he's stuck. Okay, stuck already. Alright. Oh, he's coming down just slowly. Stuck. Fixed though. But we do have to waste a rocket, which kind of... That's the purpose of an elevator, right? Yeah, I literally just had to mount him for 1 second, and it started going down. Right. Sweet. Let me mess around with this button, and then I'll bring you guys back for the finale. We'll go up and down a couple times, and I'll talk to you about my plans for next episode. But I consider this a success right now. This is all we needed, right? I might have to go down there and hit a lever for the moment, but we'll fix that up, and you know, we'll have up and down button, Happy Ghast escalator, or elevator. We already got the escalator done. But yeah, in survival. Awesome, man. This was fun, and I'm glad it works, and I'm really glad that he lived and didn't like take suffocation damage right away. That would have really put a damper on this whole thing. Alright, buddy. Okay, guys, I'll bring you back in a little bit. All done, guys. Take it for a ride. Still feel like this is some crazy delusional person's fever dream. But it's so awesome. I'm so glad I actually built this and brought you guys along with. Let me know what you think. The Happy Ghast elevator in survival. Watching comes down. Here, I don't have the bulbs on, but we should be able to. There you go. You see how the water's changing. When it gets up there, it should just. Yep, there we go. Okay. Awesome. Okay, guys. I think that's it. We did it. We did it. Oh my gosh. I'm going to stand under my cherry tree for a little bit. There at the crazy Joker smile Ghast up there. Maybe take the escalator for another ride. Oh man. And then I'm gonna go build a Copper Golem obstacle course for Ninja Warrior Copper Golem or whatever. Check that out on my channel if you haven't seen it. It's crazy what we can do with those guys. And I already have plans for how we can add some of those obstacles here. Their pathfinding is so awesome. Like, I'm pretty sure we could have one that goes from, you know, here to that building, picks something up, takes it over to here, then goes to the next chest over here, and he'll just walk all the way around. And when it gets out of render distance, you know, it'll just stop. But right when you load it in, it'll just continue on that task and keep going. So I'm already thinking of ways that I can maybe have it hop onto a flying machine that carries it across to the other side of the lake to its next chest, you know, and oh my gosh, guys, it's going to be awesome. Till then, thanks for watching. This was a lot of fun building all this crazy stuff. Oh yeah, we got our launcher over here too. So we can go launcher, glide right into our elevator, hit that button and take off. See you guys next time.